Hi FlossTube, it's Jen from Delicious Threads. Today is Thursday, June 14th, 2018. Like how I had to think about that. It has been about 2.5 months since I recorded last, and a lot has happened. In my last video, I mentioned that we had an offer accepted on a new house and that we were going to be moving, and we moved. So moving day was kind of crazy. I did not get through all of our stuff and we were not completely ready to move, but luckily we still owned our old house and we didn't move too far, only like a mile or two away. So I was able to go back and get things that we weren't able to have packed in time for moving day. But yeah, so we've been in the new house now since April 20th. And it has been really nice. Got a little kitty cat friend here. Everybody loves it, pets included. So at the old house, the cats generally stayed upstairs and the dog would hang out downstairs with us. And this house, like, we moved in and the animals did a complete 180. The dog and the cats were hanging out together, laying in the sunlight, and our older cat, Lucky, if the kids were around, he would not come out, and he now jumps up on the couch with the kids and nuzzles with them and wants to get love, and it's crazy. The kids have a lot more rooms, they can run around. I have more room, there are more places to stash things. So I did declutter a lot, but it's a lot easier to keep the house clean when things have a place. So it's been really nice. And I'm in my dining room right now, and this is the view in my dining room. Hope they don't make you sick moving this, but it's worth it. So right outside there is a patio, and I have a similar view from the master bedroom, but the view is one of the things that help sell us on this house. It's nice here, and we love it. So we still have our old house. We spent the last 2 months since we moved out having things fixed up. We changed all the carpets, we repainted the whole place, we changed all the light fixtures. So it looks really good. And today is listing day, so it's going to be listed today, and hopefully by the end of the month we will be under contract and be selling it. So fingers crossed, wish me luck. Let's see, other stuff that's going on. Next week is the StitchCon retreat, and I'm really excited. I am going to be leaving late Wednesday night so that I can be there bright and early Thursday morning to start the fun. And then I'm not coming back until Monday, so I'm gonna take full advantage of the entire StitchCon time with people. I'm really excited because I was able to go to the FlossTube retreat last year, and I'm gonna get to see some of the people that I met there. And I'm also gonna get a chance to meet a whole bunch of stitchers that I have not met before. So it's really gonna be fun. I have no idea what projects I'm gonna bring. I realized that I think all of my pajamas are like old, and so I should probably get something nice so my roommates don't think I'm a slob. Yeah, so my gear is now switching from moving to getting ready for the retreat. It's gonna be epic. It's gonna be fun. So really excited for that. I did do some stitching, not as much as I would have liked. I think in my last video I said, cat hair. I said that I was gonna have like a small project that I ended up not starting at all. We'll talk about that later. And one big project, and I did actually finish my big project, so I have that to show you. Actually, I'll just show you now. So I had 2 finishes since I last recorded. And the first one was Blackbird Designs Yellow Submarine, and this is one that I was stitching with the NorCal group, the Blackbird Beetle Sow. And I will show you where I was at last time here. And it is done. I stitched this in just plain DMC. It really needs to be ironed. I really need to iron this actually because this is a gift from my dad for Father's Day, and Father's Day is in 3 days. I have not found a frame that I like for it, so it's also going to be unframed. But I really like the way this turned out. Yeah. I think my dad will like it too. So that was a finish. The other project that I finished was a new start and a finish. It was for the Great Biscornu Swap. It is a Facebook group. And I stitched a freebie pattern. I'll link down below in the description box, and I'm just calling it Dragonfly Biscornu. And I needed to pack that up to send it before I could record a video because I was already running late. So I just did a quick little video of it separately so that you would get to see it, and I'll put that in here. This is the Biscornu that I stitched for the Great Biscornu Swap in the Facebook group. And this is a freebie pattern. I will link it in the description box below. In the original pattern, the dragonflies had some specialty stitches in their wings, and I left those off. I like the way they looked like this. I used the called for colors except for the dragonflies. It's the same color, but it was charted using the metallic DMC thread, and I don't like metallic DMC, so I just used a regular thread. And for these corner flowers, they're supposed to be dark blue and light blue, but I just stitched them all in the darker blue. Other than that, I followed the pattern. The pattern only has this front portion, so for the back, I kept it kind of simple because I was running behind on time and I wanted to make sure that my partner would eventually get it. So I mimicked the corner flowers and stitched those in the corner here. And I actually had a little center stitch there, but it's covered up by the button now. I thought about maybe not using a button this big, but this was the right yellow one. Actually, it's the yellow one that didn't fall into my couch. So this is what I had to use. And then for the front, this center flower is completely stitched, and I didn't want to lose all that detail, so I decided to use a little yellow seed bead for this side of the Biscornu. And each of the corners has this sort of iridescent purple bead on it, and I really like the way it turned out. I hope my partner likes it too. I'm gonna get this off in the mail to her. So that was really fun to stitch up. I will definitely make more Biscornus. I did not sign up for the next round just because I can't trust myself to finish things on time right now because the kids are home for the summer and we constantly have people coming to do house stuff, and I'm still trying to finish unpacking and get things sorted out for where I want to put stuff. And I just know that there's so much going on, I don't want to take on another swap responsibility, but maybe sometime in the future, if they're still doing the Biscornu swaps, I might do another one. Other things that I worked on Wanda's Witchery. That's a Mill Hill kit, and when it's finished, it'll look like this. Oh, there's glare. And this is stitched on perforated paper. And I don't know if I have a picture of what it looked like before. I'm just going to show you what I have. So this is where I'm at. And I think that the last time you saw it, I was still filling in some of the dark blue. So I stitched this purple, I stitched the black for the hat and started on the purple here, and I did not have this cat. And I think I might not have had this either. I think I just had this stuff here in the middle. So this is coming along. I keep this in my just to-go bag so that if I don't have another project that I'm working on, I can just grab it to stitch in the car during the pickup time. Now that it's summer, I don't have as many of those pickup times. And when I'm sitting around at martial arts and stuff, I usually have my 2-year-old with me and she won't let me stitch. So not as much on the go stitching is happening, but I have been stitching that one at night sometimes because it's nice to just have a little small project to work on. So those are the things that I worked on. I meant to bring my son's project down to show you. He's stitching The Beekeeper by FlossTube Pumpkin Stitchery, and he was stitching it for his teacher as an end-of-the-year gift, and he actually did not finish it. He kept getting sick. Like, we moved in this house, and everybody kept getting sick and then getting each other sick, and this poor guy, his birthday was at the end of May, and they had a really cool Maker's Day at school the day after his birthday, where they just spent the whole day, like, being able to go from station to station, like, creating, and it was really neat. I was going to volunteer. I was super excited. They actually had a stitching room. I didn't get that sign up. I wish I had. And the day before his birthday, he came home and he was super sick. And then we finally figured out that he had strep throat. So he had a really awful birthday at home, super sick. And then he didn't get to go to the really cool Maker's Day fair the day after his birthday. And so all that time he wasn't able to stitch, and he just wasn't able to finish the project. So he is still planning to work on it over the summer, and then we're going to get it framed and everything, and he'll give it to his teacher from this past year at the beginning of next year. And I think that won't really matter. She'll be so happy. So I'll show you next time. I'm not going to go upstairs and get it. Or maybe, actually, I'll put in a picture of it here. So on that, the new parts that he has stitched are the flowers, just the flower areas. So that's it for what I stitched on. I'm hoping this coming month or so, hopefully I can start recording again more regularly and stitching more regularly. I want to start the hands-on design June, and I showed you guys this one last time saying I'm going to start this, and I didn't. It's the Catch a Wave, and I'm stitching it on the called for fabric. It's, what's it called? Gunmetal by Weeks Dye Works. And I mentioned that I was changing the colors. So I have my white, and then I'm doing Threadworks. I'm not using the gassed threads that they call for, and then I'm using this color, and I'm going to be changing up which parts I stitch in this color. And I took this with me, that we had a NorCal Stitchers retreat, retreat on the brain, a NorCal Stitchers meetup at Needle in a Haystack, and our LNS. And I took this with me, and I was like, hey, what do you guys think? What should I stitch with this? So I'm going to stitch the whales and their spouts in this. And then I think the color, what's brown here, I'm going to stitch in this also. And then I'm going to leave the words white because on each of the patterns, all of the words that are on it are stitched in white. So I'm going to keep it white like the other ones. And then I thought about maybe making the waves blue, but I think I might leave those white. I'll see when I get there. But yeah, so I am planning to stitch this. And now that we're in June, it's a good time to start it. This might be a good one to take to the StitchCon retreat because it's small. The only thing is the fabric is dark, so it might be a little harder to see, but we'll see. I usually just put light behind it, and then that's good enough. Other than that, I don't know what else I'm going to work on. I'll probably bring a couple of projects with me. Definitely something on a lighter fabric in case the darker fabric is harder to see. I didn't stitch a ton when I was at the FlossTube retreat, so I'm not expecting to like finish big things. I might try to pick a project to start there. I was thinking about doing my moon phases, but I actually don't know where that pattern is right now. So I might just grab a couple of my smaller projects that are already started and try to finish things. And then you're on chalk, or you're in chalk if I can. This past little while, I also haven't been buying a lot of stuff. When we did our meetup at Needle in a Haystack, I did buy one piece of fabric, and this is Picture This Plus Feldspar 32 count linen, and this was one of their new colors for this year, and it's really pretty. It's like a blue base with some kind of tan brown in there, and I do not have plans for this fabric, much like all of the fabrics that I buy, but I'm sure I'll find something to stitch on that. The other thing that I have acquired in this short time away from you and away from FlossTube is a Bitsy Bob. And these are made by Kelly of the Joan and Kelly Show on FlossTube. I'll put a link to their channel down below, and I'll put a link to Kelly's Instagram down below as well. And what this is amazing. Her company is called That's So Kelly. And when this opens up, inside there's a little pocket that has the little clear part so you can see what's in there. And this is magnetic. I actually have my needles woven in here, but it's like a little needle minder. See, your little needle sticks there. And this is felt, and she has a little bobbin outline on there. Super cute. And since it's felt, it kind of holds on to your threads. So these are my threads from my biscorni that I stitched, and as you can see, they're not falling off at all. So instead of just having threads all over the place, you can kind of wind them up or stick them on here, and they're ready to go, and you don't have to pull them off of your bobbins or have like a messy box of them. And it's nice to have all the little extras in here. So this size, it's like perfect for like a smaller project or something that doesn't have a ton of threads. And then it just has like a little snap closure. I saw on Instagram that she was making like a prototype for a bigger one too. I don't remember what the size is for that one, but this is great. And I have it in my little like to-go bag, and I put my scissors in the little pocket too, so I have everything I need to stitch with. So thank you again, Kelly. I won this as a giveaway, and I was so excited. I've won stuff before, but it's been a while, and I was not expecting to win this. And there were two. There was another one, and of the two, they're both beautiful. But of the two, I was like, oh, that one's really pretty. I love this fabric. I love how colorful it is. And when she said that I won, and that I won this one, I did a happy dance. So thank you again, Kelly. So yeah, so for plans, I'm just gonna try to stitch some stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna stitch and see what I can get done. Oh, I keep forgetting. I need to put together a quick little small for the smalls exchange at StitchCon. So I'm thinking I might stitch up a little needle book, and I might do like all hand finishing. So if for some reason I'm not able to finish it before I have to leave, it's something I can work on like on the plane. And I think we have a day or two after we're there to finish it up too. So that might be something that I'm finishing after I'm already there, but we'll see. So yeah, those are my plans. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know this was kind of a short update, and I don't have a lot of stitching to show you right now. But I wanted to check in with everybody because it's been so long, and I know that the people going to the retreat have been checking out the FlossTube channels of other people that are coming, and mine hadn't really been updated in a while. So if you're going to StitchCon, I'm really excited. I can't wait to meet you if we haven't met yet, and if we have, I can't wait to see you again. And yeah, so next time I record, the retreat will be done, and I'm sure I'll have some crazy stories to tell you. Hopefully I have a lot of stitching to show you too. So until next time, happy stitching.